What was the immediate response to fans and feedback after Saturday's game with the newest edition?
I think everybody was very excited about, especially those who were the first time in the North End Zone facility and seeing the renovated Razorback Stadium. I think everybody left there with a great feeling, very positive vibes, and I know that because my inbox was not filled with any negative emails, and that's sometimes the case for an athletic director after any home game. But I think our fans were just so excited to see the renovation and to see the Chad Morris era get underway that there was just a great level of excitement from our fan base in general.
You talked before you were excited about your first game at Razorback Stadium. How did it meet your expectations?
It was unbelievable. I mean, just walking out of the Touchdown Club and watching our team come through the chute there, and with the smoke and seeing 45, 50,000 people call the Hogs to greet our team. It was electric, and I can't wait till we have an SEC opponent in there, and I can't imagine what it will be at that point in time.
When you took the job here, did you have any idea about Arkansas's long-time policy of not playing in-state schools, not scheduling anyway?
Well, I think I had a notion that was indeed the case. I think I'd been around college athletics enough to know that was something that was in place.
So some coaches came to you and said, hey, we want to play him. I know Dave, I think he was frustrated by not being able to schedule him because it was hard to get teams from far away to come for midweek games. Was Dave one of the guys that came to you and said, hey, let's do this? Or kind of how'd that whole thing
Yeah,
happen?
he was. When I first arrived, I met individually with each and every one of our head coaches, and not just Dave, but several expressed an interest in playing schools within the state of Arkansas. And when the chancellor and I talked about this and kind of got his blessing to move forward with this, I honestly didn't think that. I thought everybody's schedules would be very much intact for the 18-19 season, and this would be something we'd start in 19 and 20. But when I talked to Dave about it, Dave was struggling to fill 2 midweek games because it is hard to get teams to travel during the middle of the week, and obviously Arkansas, Pine Bluff, and Little Rock were both willing to come and fill those voids once we got the green light to move forward.
What's the timeline for the baseball facility and those other facilities, speaking first about the baseball?
Yeah, so we just advertised over the course of the last 3 days for RFQs for architectural and general contractor services. We'll take the next 5 weeks after those are submitted to review those and interview potential candidates for the architectural services and general contractors, and then we will go to the November board meeting to get approval for the architects, general contractors, and the financing plan for each of those facilities. And that will probably put us in when you talk about the Thanksgiving and Christmas holiday being right after that, probably a January 1 where we'll start to really get deep into the design process, and then you're looking at probably the fall of 2019 to really get started on each of those projects from a construction standpoint. We have to really work around some nuances with the indoor facility renovation in and around the indoor track and field seasons, both in 19 and 20.
So which one do you anticipate being completed first, baseball or track?
Baseball and track, probably because they'll run concurrently. So the renovation, again, will be in 2 phases, the renovation to the indoor track, so that will probably lag a little bit behind.
You mentioned basketball and Bud Walton and one about a great dad. When you meet with these people, what are you hoping to get out of it, and what would be the timeline?
Sure. I think what we've seen from the renovation and the building of the North End Zone project with the club seats and the loge boxes and the suite is that there's an appetite for our fan base to have some of those luxury and premium amenities that don't exist in Bud Walton Arena. And so the building's 25 years old. It's in need of a refresh to begin with throughout the concourses, the entrances, and then inside the bowl, I see that there'll probably be a reduction in the seating capacity to allow us to build a club level and install loge boxes and to upgrade our suites.
Hunter, I think it's interesting to see movie theaters upgrading their seatings to get people into theaters. When you do these renovations to get people in the doors and not watch them on television, how much thought goes into making sure they're comfortable and to get them out of their home and into the arena?
Yeah, no, that's a big part of it. I was part of helping design and renovate a facility at the University of Houston that will open up this winter for their basketball season, and one of the pieces in their club level are those exact movie theater style seats in a basketball venue because that's what the kind of amenities that the generation that's coming behind us and fans that just, you've got to do some special things. All the games are on television. You've got to do some special and different things to make sure that fans don't have a reason not to come to your venue and support your programs.
Is it safe to say that scheduling sister institutions in basketball is imminent as early as 1920, maybe?
It's an option. We had a head coaches meeting yesterday, and it's an option that's on the table for all of our sports programs now to schedule. There's no obligation by any of our sports programs to do that. Other than football, the majority of our coaches handle their own scheduling, and so they now know that opportunity exists with system schools.
I know Mike Anderson, we asked him the other day, he said he was okay with it. He said, I think it's happening, so yeah, he's okay with it, you know.
Sure, yeah. I mean, I think it makes sense. I mean, our basketball team, we play in Little Rock every year. Does that make sense? And, you know, that's up for Coach Anderson and Matt Timmerman, who really work intimately on their schedule to make sure that we've got the right schedule to have the right level of success that we need to continue to, you know, have these NCAA appearances like we've had 3 out of the last 4 years.
Especially in women's basketball, you're trying to generate, I mean, you were trying to raise attendance. That's something I could see where UALR and Arkansas playing, that could get some excitement.
I think there'll be some interest and excitement, and anytime we play any of our sister institution schools.
You mentioned your support for Chad. What's that been like as you two came in together and to see him coach his first game and now get into the season?
You know, first and foremost, Coach Morris and I have a great friendship together. I mean, we talk on a consistent basis, not necessarily about football. We talk about how his son's doing in football, how his daughter's doing at A&M. He has an interest in my kids, and you know, we've done some things socially together. So first and foremost, we're friends, and I think because we built that relationship, that a professional relationship has benefited from that. And I think that was him and I starting within 24 hours of each other, and both being inclined to travel this state and go to several Razorback Club functions across the state and get an opportunity to know each other. And it's almost like we're speaking the same language, and it's not purposeful. Many of the things that in each of our languages, what we speak, we have the same philosophy both in life, personally and professionally.